was 6 years old.
Any exploration of the story of Ludlow Castle really needs to begin at the time of the Norman conquest. There is no town of Ludlow at this point, and the area would have been dominated by conflict between the early Norman settlers and their Anglo-Saxon subjects and the wild Welsh. One example of the turbulence of these times lies in the rebellion of Edric the Wild in the years from 1069 to 1070. Edric is thought to have owned extensive lands in Shropshire and, together with supporters from Chester and Wales, attacked and settled at the town of Shrewsbury and besieged the castle there. To assert Norman control of this area between England and Wales, an area known as the Marches, a number of earldoms were established. In the south, William Fitz-Osborne became the first Earl of Hereford and was responsible for the building of a wall of Marches castles which included Chepstow, Wigmore and Richard's Castle. Ludlow Castle was established around 1085 as part of the movement to quell the threat from the Welsh. It's not featured in the Domesday Book, but this is not surprising because, as an instrument of the Crown to becalm the Welsh, it was not a taxable asset. To give some context to an area which now has the later town of Ludlow at its centre, the larger settlements mentioned in the Domesday Book include Bromfield and Stanton Lacey, named after the family who first owned the castle, with the Bronze Age Canaan Camp further towards Clay Hill. There was a small settlement at Dinham, which originally gave its name to the castle, and at the Linney, whose winding and uneven road map suggests the existence of several farms. Originally there were two major roads in this area which could further explain the location of the castle. To the west of Ludlow, the old Roman road, Watling Street, joined Chester with Caerleon. It is thought that a further road ran from Gloucester to Ashton and from there to cross the River Teme at Ludford before taking on the line of modern-day Old Street and Court Street, which ran through the modern town. The final key in the location of Ludlow lies in its position in a loop of the River Teme, which not only provided food, water and transport, but also gave defence from the marauding Welsh to the west. With 100 feet cliffs on three sides, the castle stood on its rocky position looking out to Wales and must have provided a sizable obstacle to any potential attacker. Although initial stone came from the cliffs on which it stood and from Wycliffe, it soon proved to be too weak and other sources were found and materials transported in. It should be mentioned that all of this is now quite difficult to imagine for historians. Conflicts and antagonism in the Welsh, rugby aside, is now largely a thing of the past, and the two major roads are not clear, with the route from Gloucester no longer existing and a matter of speculation. Meanwhile, the relatively modern planting of trees has softened and obscured views of the castle, making it difficult to imagine the challenge that besets any would-be attacker, who would have had to have first crossed the river and then scramble up the 100-feet cliffs, probably all whilst wearing armour and whilst under threat from the defenders who looked down upon them from the vantage point of the castle walls.
One's just barely getting by, but these people race me and I can't wait.